Please cover this Nebraska news. Nebraska news. Nebraska state senator could face consequences for explicit comments. Okay, well, what are those comments? You know, you got me hooked. You've got me hooked, and I want to know. Let's find out. Things happen in Nebraska? I guess so.
A Nebraska state senator apologizes for saying senators' names while reading a rape scene from a book during the legislative.
Okay, all right. Just gonna take a shot in the dark here and guess that this individual is probably a Republican. Could be wrong. You know, it gets wackier at the state level than at the, you know, the national level, but
However, Hastings Senator Steve Halloran rejects calls to resign, calls from fellow lawmakers and protesters.
He read this passage out loud from the book Lucky, a warning this might be difficult to listen to.
Okay.
He kicked me and I crawled into a ball. I want to Senator Kavanaugh.
That was during debate about a bill on material schools provided to students.
KTV.
What? Why? On materials provided to students. What possible connection?
Newswatch 7's Alex McClune is live now with any consequences Halloran could face. Alex?
Rob, Quinicia, no formal action from lawmakers so far tonight, but Halloran faces three things: censorship, a vote condemning his action, or even expulsion from the legislature. Here's the apology he offered earlier today.
Regret how I presented what I was presenting by calling out senators' names during the reading of that transcript. It was a very ugly transcript.
Halloran attempted to...
Basically, the Republicans want to ban books from our libraries. This senator was dumb enough to call out a pro-LGBTQ plus senator. Yeah, Senator Kavanaugh in Nebraska. We've covered stuff from her before. She's a good egg. A good lady. And a graphic description of a rape scene and a book. Dup. Call out a... Okay, so what he said was, quote, "I want to fuck you, Senator, my lady colleague." So it wasn't just him accidentally splicing together two sentences. He just weirdly, bizarrely decided to insert her name into a portion of content that he was arguing shouldn't be in schools or something. Like he inserted her, like if you were in a classroom and it was like, we're going to all go over this exercise together. Now, who wants to be this person? Oh, Aaron, you can do this bit or whatever, except it's with rape and he referred to another senator. Okay.
To talk to those protesters today before being insulted and felt things got out of hand. Halloran said his interjections Monday were directed at male senator with the last name Kavanaugh and not Michaela Kavanaugh. Either way, some senators say they're concerned for the tolerance for harassment at the state capitol, while others argue First Amendment protection on the debate floor.
Yeah. During a debate on a bill targeting obscenity in libraries, Halloran read a graphic excerpt from the memoir Lucky by Alice Sibold, which recounts Sibold's experience of sexual violence when she was 18, and invoked the name Senator Kavanaugh several times, appearing to reference Democratic State Senator Michaela Kavanaugh, a female colleague. Halloran later said he was invoking the name of Kavanaugh's brother, Democratic Senator John Kavanaugh, because he wanted to ensure that John Kavanaugh was paying attention to his argument against allowing students to have access to Sibold's memoir. Michaela Kavanaugh, who was visibly shaken following Halloran's reading, has said she doubts Halloran's claim that she was not the target because Halloran had approached her a couple hours before the reading as she was eating dinner with another lawmaker and relayed the same passage from Sibold's memoir. Okay? Halloran's reading drew an immediate backlash from both Democrats and Republicans in the officially nonpartisan legislature. Do you have any idea how bad you have to be to get called out by your fellow Republicans on a state level in current year? Do you have any idea? Under investigation for sexual harassment. Well, that's wacky.
The antidote for speech we find offensive is speech, not punishment. Not punishment at the hands of government.
We should have some mechanism to address inappropriate speech.
Senator Halloran, you should be ashamed of yourself for being incapable of apologizing. There is no justification for your actions, and you should resign.
We'll see if lawmakers take any action. The Speaker of the legislature says he's trying to keep emotions in order here after abortion and trans youth care sent the session into a spiral last year. Rob,
does this just give the audio here?
Starts with breaking
roll tonight. A state senator Kavanaugh rule.
You don't know anything about anyone in our school.
Senator make.
No, it doesn't have the audio. I hate news organizations, man. Well, I know it's out there somewhere, but, you know, whatever. Why do these people not straight up call him out? Why dance around it? Are they not? It seems like they're all being pretty direct. I don't know. Here's the full video. Oh, thank God. Yeah, this is why people don't like legacy media, you know? They never just say the shit.
I'm excited. I made him excited. He was intrigued and worked his whole fist into my vagina and pumped it.
I guess I knew what I was looking for.
And it went into my brain. Stop staring at me, he said. I'm sorry, I said. You're strong. I tried. I liked it. He started humping me again, wildly. The base of my spine was crushed into the ground. Glass cut in my back and behind. He kneeled back, raised your legs, he said. Spread them. Give me a blowjob, he said. He was standing now. I was grounded on the ground trying to search about the filth of my clothes. He kicked me and I crawled into a ball. I want a blowjob, Senator Kavanaugh.
Yeah, I struggle to find... There we go. That's what I was looking for. I wanted to see how, like, bridged the segue was. You know, like, that's why I wanted the unedited audio. To see, like, in context, how did that sound? And yep, that sounded about as bad as you could. Is he absolved with the context? No, my friend, I am afraid the context does not absolve him this day. It did not help him.
He held his dick in his hand. I don't know how, I said. What do you mean you don't know how? I've never done it before, I said. I'm a virgin. Put it in your mouth. I kneeled before him, Senator Kavanaugh.
Yeah, I don't know about the context on this one. I don't know about the context here. Twice. Make this whole speech a dono alert noise. Only for the biggest donations. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, try not to be too hard on the guy. He is, after all, the world's least rapey Republican. I don't believe in color analysis, Lord, please. But I agree. Have I seen this news from Alabama? Alabama governor signs sweeping law that prohibits diversity, equity, and inclusion at public schools and universities. Goes into effect October 1st, 2024. How that means nothing. Yeah, did they talk about any, like, specific thing that gets changed here? Because I've still never heard a conservative define DEI. Yeah, DEI is like a bland corporate thing. I confess I don't actually know what DEI means. What is it? Oh, don't worry, nobody does. It's like critical race theory. The last time they tried this, they used critical race theory. That's it. It's literally just it's a meaningless buzzword they can use instead of saying the N-word. Like 70 years ago, they just would have said hard R nonsense. That's it. That's true, Annie. It's a bit more multi-purpose. The legislation prohibits local public school boards and universities from maintaining an office or department that promotes DEI. It also bars students, employees, and contractors from being required to attend any DEI training, orientation, or course that advocates or requires assent to a divisive concept. Love that. The legislation outlines 8 divisive concepts, including discussions around conscious or subconscious racism and sexism, and whether meritocracy or traits such as hard work ethic are racist or sexist that are now prohibited. Okay, so you can't teach about racism or bigotry anymore, okay.